I'm a cop then.
Oh, you're in the right spot, buddy. We got several here. Law enforcement myself.
I mean, it's cool. I'm a teleporter.
So what you're saying is we might can get a ticket somewhere.
Welcome, everyone, to Intensity Broadcasting for coverage of the Sunday Night Outlaws Truck Series presented by Kinder Farm and Ranch. Tonight, these trucks will be taking on 100 laps at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's going to be a fun one, some nighttime racing. And right now, looking at practice currently, the top 10 pretty much is less than a tenth off of each other time-wise. I think it's going to be some close, exciting racing here tonight. I'm going to be your announcer for tonight, Atlee Atman-Reese, and joining me tonight to call the action is fellow iRacer and member of the Original Rebels Racing League, Magic Mike Uribe. Mike, how are you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm doing great. Really looking forward to this race. We got 33 cars in the field tonight. And it's going to be a real barn burner, I think.
Man, 33 cars in the field. That is a decent field for an iRacing league. And you love to see the big car count. Right now, currently, John Sorensen has the fastest time out of those 33 cars. 30.30 is his fastest time. Second is Andrew Kurtz, 30.31. Third is Adam Lange, which is 30.34. Fourth, Jason Rockefeller, 30.34. And then fifth, we got Daniel Stewart with a 30.35. So currently the top 5 is less than a tenth off of each other, and right now the top 10 is also less than a tenth of off of each other. So close field. It's going to be some close racing.
Yeah, there's a lot of fast guys in this series here. Jason Rockefeller, he's a candidate for a winner in any race. John Sorensen showing a lot of speed out there, and we got our Original Rebels League owner, Matt Geeson, here also. So looking forward to a good race.
And there we go. Practice has concluded, so we are coming on to qualifying, where the winner will get the Peg Leg Felt Pole Award. Very coveted prize, and we'll see who'll get that. Favorite, though, coming into this is going to be John Sorensen, who had the fastest time in practice. So we got cars trucks, per se, going onto the grid and getting ready to start running their lap times.
We'll see who gets the good times in here. Qualifying on here is it's pretty cut and dry. The major issue going to be tonight will be tires. Charlotte Motor Speedway is very hard on tires, so the person that's going to be able to save their tires the most is going to be the ones that are going to be finishing up at the top.
Yeah, and I think with qualifying wise, my prediction is that one of the drivers that are starting up front may not necessarily win. We might see some of the drivers starting farther back use tire strategy to their advantage and make their way up to the field that way just because they might be saving tires more. We're going to see a lot of different strategies, a lot of different pit strategies, and we'll see what happened. Coming into this race, we have Fry Hubbard was last week's winner at Bristol Motor Speedway. We saw Jason Rockefeller get second and Matt Clemon get third. But there we see Brandon Pollock crossing the line. He's going to set his first time. Adam Lange to the top of the board, 30.72 is his fastest time in that number 52 Food Line Feeds machine. See John Sorensen in second, 30.81. Sorensen was your leader in practice, and then Brandon Pollock was in third. Now he's in fourth because Stephen MacDonald is in first. Oh, I'm going to wait for it for a little bit just to let everything change. A lot of people are just now getting onto the board. See Tracy Passons jumps to the top of the board. It's continuing to change. Adam Lange on his second lap. Normally the second lap is the fastest here. That's the case for him. 30.40 is his fastest time. Second is John Sorensen. Third, Brandon Pollock.
Tracy Passons, I'm picking him to be the dark horse. I'm thinking he's the one that's going to pull it out at the end. He's a great competitor, a good racer, and he tends to find a lot of speeds at these 1.5 miles. So he's going to be my pick for pulling it out of the hat.
All right, interesting. We do see Jeremy Bro. 30.39 is his fastest time. Only driver to break into the 30.3s. We see Joshua Thompson into the top three. 30.42 is his fastest time. There you see him going through turns 1 and 2 onto the back stretch.
We still have a lot of people to qualify. Some of the faster ones haven't qualified yet. I believe they're waiting for the track to warm up a little bit before they go out.
Ooh, we see Ricky Montgomery tags the wall a little bit. At these 1.5 miles, Atlanta, Texas, Charlotte, off of 4 is very challenging because the track kind of narrows as you're going onto the front stretch, and it's pretty easy to hit the wall, and I think that's what happened to Ricky Montgomery right there.
Yeah, it's kind of tricky come off a turn 4 there, and the wall comes up to you pretty quick.
We see a few other drivers getting on track for the first time. Jerry LeGrand, Gene Watkinson just now getting on to the backstretch. Do they have anything for Jeremy Bro? You will see as it stands top 3. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. One to look for that I've noticed in the field that hasn't qualified yet. Steve Loving. This man could pull out the speed. He's very tactical. I see him racing in the top 10 at least for the whole race. So we'll see where he comes out at in qualifying.
Yep, here's Steve Lovin right here, just popped onto the grid, and we're waiting to see when he is going to get out onto the track. Right now we have 4 drivers on track right now. Jerry LeGrand, Ricky Montgomery, Fry Hubbard, last week's winner, and Gene Watkinson. Gene's getting ready to cross the line right now to set his lap time. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, Gene's one of the older statesmen in our series here. 75 years old. I gotta hand it to him. Boy, at that age to be able to run out here, that's really good. And he's having a lot of fun. That's the main thing about our league.
We see Fry Hubbard breaks into the top 10. 30.49 is his fastest time, and he's only a 10th off of the leader. So let's see if he can improve on lap number 2.
Yeah, Fry Hubbard, he's pretty quick. He finds the speed, and he usually runs up in the top 10, if not top 5.
Top of the board for Mr. Fry Hubbard. 30.32 is the time for that number 14 machine. Very, very impressive qualifying time there on the second lap. Able to pass Jeremy Bro. I mean, what a time. Last week's winner, Fry Hubbard, starting the race off right by starting on the pole. Now, I will say last week when Fry won, he started in the 27th position and only led 8 laps, which is interesting. So he definitely didn't have the highest, the best qualifying run, and that just kind of shows that the the winner isn't always the best at qualifying, so we might see some of the drivers who are currently in the back right now in qualifying, Mike Bertosa Jr., Gene Watkinson, Hitman Manzo, James Jones, Ryan Derrick, some of the drivers who are in the back portion of the field right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we see them up front and competing for the win here. And again, with Fry Hubbard starting 27th last week, winning the race proves that qualifying doesn't always mean everything. Steve Loving, who you said was your dark horse pick, he's getting ready to complete his first lap this time by.
I see him on the track now, and very interested to see what kind of a lap he lays down. Fry Hubbard laid down a burner of a lap there for his qualifying effort. Like to see where, I think Steve Loving's on his second lap now.
Right now, currently, yep, he's on his second lap. Last time by was a 30.56. Still a long ways to go if he wants to get up there to Fry Hubbard. Almost 2/10.
He's a hard charger. I think he'll get up there. Once the race gets going, he gets comfortable. He'll definitely be in the top 10, if not the top 5 also.
I think he'll improve on his second lap. Let's see. Yep, he does gain about 500ths to a 30.51, and that's going to put him in 12th, right outside of the top 10. We'll see what he can do here. Starting from that position, we see Daniel Stewart just now getting on track right now in that number 09. I know we might see a few drivers choose not to qualify as well. Matt Knight's just now getting on track in that 64 blue and red snap-on. Let's see what he can do.
Same after Matt Knights qualifies, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 other drivers that need to qualify. If not, they might be thinking their game plan will be starting from the back, which isn't a bad idea at some of these races.
Yep, last week we had 14 cautions at Bristol, so it definitely helped last week to just kind of keep it easy and stay out of the mess. We see Daniel Stewart on his second lap sets a 30.54, which was a little bit slower than his first lap time. See what Matt Knights is going to do. He's currently on his first lap, just now getting onto the back stretch. Let's take a look at that cockpit view from the 64 to see what he's seeing on a sim rig right now.
A little bit bumpy in that part of the track right there. He's holding it pretty good.
Yep, you definitely got to wheel it here at these 1.5 miles. These are wild tracks to race at. We see he gets to 26th right now. Currently 31.06 is his fastest time. We'll see if he can improve here.
Yeah, that'll definitely put him in the show. I see Clint Reese is in here. He's always the candidate for winning it. He's quick. He's a good racer. He knows what he's doing. And I definitely see him being up there in the front.
See, oh wow, Matt improves tremendously. 30.57 is his second lap time, so good job to Matt Knights. So I think we're going to see Ryan Huff, Tevin Whitner, Greg Froelich, and Clint Reese opt to not qualify and start in the back, which time will tell if that's going to end up being a good decision. See Matt Knights slowing down right now, practicing his pit stop. We might see some green flag pit stops tonight.
Oh, I think we definitely will. You know, the way these races sometimes work out here is we'll have like an early caution, and then we'll have a long green flag run, and it's definitely will have green flag pit stops playing into that. But you know, it's all about tires here. If anything, green flag pit stops will be for tires instead of fuel.
Right. So we are now getting set here for the starting grid presented by Magic Mike Motorsports. 33 cars starting in this field. Only one can win. And here we go. Starting on the pole with a scorching time of 30.316. It's Fry Hubbard in the 14. Outside of him, it's Jeremy Burrow. Adam Lange with RKR Motorsports starting third. Outside of him, it's Joshua Thompson. And then rounding out your top 5, it's Mr. Stephen McDonald. We have Matt Geis starting 6th, Travis Bieber 7th, John Sorensen 8th, Brandon Pollock 9th, and then rounding out your top 10 from Pennsylvania, we have Andrew Kurtz. Michael Kostick in the 04 starting 11th, Steve Loving 12th. 13th, we have James Santoyo with Kool-Aid Monsters Motorsports. Tracy Passon starting 14th. And then rounding out your top 15, we have Daniel Stewart. 16th with Shappy Edits, we have John Smeal in the 50. Matt Knight starting 17th. 18th is Matt Clemon. 19th, Jerry LeGrand. And rounding out your top 20, with Dirt Affliction, it is Eric Burkholder, Joe Owen starting 21st, Jared Kershaw starting 22nd, Jason Rockefeller 23rd, Ricky Montgomery 24th, and then rounding out your top 25, it's going to be Ryan Derrick. 26th with Kool-Aid Monster Motorsports, it's James Jones. 27th is Phil Hitman Manzo in the 44, Gene Watkinson starting 28th, Mike Bertassa Jr. 29th, and then rounding out your top 30, it's Clint Rice. 31st is Greg Froelich, Ryan Huff 32nd, and Tevin Whitner starting in the rear. So there we go. 33 cars, only one can win, and we are coming to the green flag. Before we go green, I want to shout out some people in the chat on Twitch. The Talent Forces, good luck tonight, everyone. Go get it done. Ryan Huff, hashtag Evil Empire Simsport, and Paul Passons on Facebook says watching. Thanks for tuning in, Paul and to Talent 4, and we're getting set for an awesome race.
Here we go, looking for a very good race tonight, and anybody could win it right now, first lap. But anyway, yeah, these trucks here at Charlotte always put on a good show.
Green, green, green.
There's really a good quality field tonight, and we'll see where they get going.
Green flag is out right now, side by side for the lead as we gear up to get in the turns 1 and 2. Fry Hubbard on the bottom, Jeremy Breaux on the top. We see Fry getting a great run. The 74 of Jeremy just washes up the track a little bit, and that's going to allow the 52 of Adam Lange to get under him as we enter 3 and 4.
Yeah, everybody keeping pretty steady so far, which is good, and I think patience is the key here for the moment.
I agree. We're only lap 2 out of 100. This is going to be a long one, so these drivers just got to tuck in and turn some clean laps right now, because this is going to be the fastest these trucks are going to be for a while before the tires are going to start to wear. So these drivers are going to have to take advantage of having a fast truck and maybe try to make some moves. We see 74 of Jeremy Breaux going up to the high side, and we do see a wreck, and that's going to mean we're going to have our Kinder Farm and Ranch wreckage replay to investigate what happened. Yellow flag is out.
Sorry for interrupting on that, Atlee.
All good. Looks like I have found the problems about mid-pack. And, ooh, looks like that's Matt Clemon in the 19. Running with Rockefeller. This happened coming into 3 and 4.
Yeah, he just faded up a little bit, and I think it's like two trucks trying to occupy the same real estate at the same time. You can't really put the blame on any one or the other.
Looks like Matt Knights was involved. Ooh, Kershaw came flying right in. We'll rewind that and check it out again. I'm going to watch from the left rear of the 19, if I can find it. There it is. Yep.
Yep.
So the 01 of Rockefeller just made a little bit of contact with the rear quarter panel, and that got Clemon.
Yeah. It doesn't take much on these trucks, especially on this track. It looks wider than what it really is, but when you're racing inside the truck itself, coming off of turn 4 there, you start to fade up kind of quick. Your truck starts to push, and next thing you know, if there's a truck on your outside, you're right on him, or if not, you're right up on the wall.
We see a few drivers going in. Ricky Montgomery, James Jones, Phil Manzo, Jared Kershaw, Ryan Huff, all of them going in to get either some damage fixed, top off on fuel, or I wouldn't take tires this early.
Oh, definitely no tires. I definitely top off with fuel. There's no disadvantage to doing that.
Yep, I mean, for like the drivers that are currently in the back right now, I agree it would be a good strategy to just go in and top off on fuel, just because you're not going to lose any track position. If you were one of the leaders, Fry Hubbard or Adam Lange or any of those guys, I wouldn't go in and top it on the fuel just because you're in the lead and you're going to lose tons of track position and have to make your way up to the field. But if you're in the back right now, I would definitely go in and just top off on some fuel.
Oh, definitely. So I see Jerry Kershaw and Ryan Huff are a lap down now after that caution there.
Lights are off on the pace truck, so we are getting ready to go back green. We see Scott Adcock on Facebook says, let's go Tracy Passons. Where's Tracy? Oh, Tracy is in 13th, right outside at the top 10. If he can have a good few laps, he can definitely break into the top 10. Watch out for that 53. And then Kai Shaphart says, Magic Mike in the future of the booth. Awesome broadcast duo. Thanks for tuning in, Kai.
Oh, that's nice of him. Yeah, Tracy Passions, he's a hard charger. I'm willing to bet that within 5 or 6 laps, he'll be in the top 5. Maybe a little bit more.
Yep, we had a very, very short green flag run, so that green flag run that we had can't really determine much. So if we can see a long green flag run, we'll definitely see who's going to be fast tonight and who is going to have a rough night.
That's for sure. The tires should be pretty warmed up. We'll see how it goes.
So we're just waiting for that pace truck to make the hard left turn onto pit road.
There's a lot of checking up going up on the outside lane there.
Yep. Just waiting for everybody to get grouped up. And there we go. We see the 14 of Fry Hubbard taken off. He's able to get by the 74. Looks like Adam Lange was able to get a great restart, and he's looking under the 74 of Jeremy Barreau as we go through turns 1 and 2. He gets a great run, able to get clear. Adam Lange is in second now. He's going to set his sights on your leader, Fry Hubbard, as we go through the backstretch.
Some pretty exciting action up in front right now, that's for sure.
Yep, right now the top 3 are all less than 3/10 from each other right now. One battle that I'm going to be watching out for, watch out for that 33 of Joshua Thompson sitting in 4th. He is starting to gain a little bit on, we see 52 of Adam Lange making a move, goes to the high side by side between him and Hubbard. That's actually not a bad idea to take it up to the high side. I think we're going to see a lot of that here tonight. And there we go. Adam Lange gets clear. Fry Hubbard, new leader. 7 of 100 completed. We see Jeremy Barreau coming on the outside, getting right about to the rear quarter panel of Fry Hubbard as we enter turns 1 and 2.
Looks like Fry's getting into the tire conservation mode right now. Talking to him earlier before the race, he said that he learned his lesson last time he raced here. He burned off his tires running so hard, and he said he was going to be more conservative this time around. So I'm thinking that's what we're seeing here.
Last time by, Adam Lange ran his fastest time of the race. I think right now we're kind of seeing the car's speed start to peak a little bit before the tires begin to start to wear a little bit. The caution, and we see caution come out.
Yeah. Where was that at?
I am not sure. Nothing's popping up here saying that anything happened. Ooh, all right. I think I found it. We saw, Rockefeller and Stewart are involved. So here's the Kinder Farm and Ranch Records Rewind.
That's the second incident that Rockefeller's been involved in. Boy, he's had some bad luck tonight.
Ooh. So we see Rockefeller, Stewart make contact. Both of them get into the wall. Luckily, this was towards the back of the pack, so
Yeah.
everybody had gone by. We see. And also, luckily, it was on the top of the track, so everybody could just
That's
hold
true.
that blue line and get by. We'll rewind that again and check it out.
Hate to see that for Rockefeller because this is his second incident he's been in. None of it's been his fault from what I can see. But tough luck for a fast car or fast truck.
From this view, it was looking like we saw Daniel Stewart in the kind of the bouncy portion of the track was moving up the track a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I see too on that. He kind of came up to him. And like I said, that's a part of the track that's pretty rough too.
Right. I just, all in all, that was pretty much a racing incident. We see Daniel Stewart, Rockefeller having to go in, Clint Rice, Hitman Manzo. See Greg Froelich coming into the pits.
I don't know why they'd be pitting now other than, again, top off on fuel. A couple of these people in the pits, this is their second time pitting, so must be some kind of pit strategy.
Yep. Everybody all over the track is just having different pit strategy. I know some people who were like in some of the different teams like Avengers Motorsports, Dirt Affliction, Goat Locker Racing, JBR, etc., etc. The teammates are probably all communicating with each other, planning something. So if you see one car come in here tonight, you'll probably see a few others coming as well, because there is a bunch of different teams and alliances here in the Sunday Night Outlaws Truck Series.
Yeah, I also want to say that Hitman Manzo has a crew chief spotter tonight in Brandon Bam Bam Wallace. So he's always Brandon's always a good strategist, and I'm sure he's going to steer Hitman in the right direction there.
Yep, and it definitely helps to have a crew chief, especially at these mile and a halfs where it can be hard to tell where somebody is because the rearview mirror doesn't always tell you everything, and the iRacing spotter, no offense to the iRacing spotter, but it can be unreliable sometimes, and so can other apps like Crew Chief. So just having a real life spotter can make all the difference to having a bad race and a good race.
Oh, that is true. That makes a world of a difference. Having a spotter could easily gain you about 8 to 10 spots, getting you around the track that way.
We see Amber Adcock Beal says, "Go Tracy Passon's number 53." Tracy, he's been hanging around the 13th, 14th, 15th spots right now, just trying to get up there into the top 10. From what I've seen so far, it's looking like Tracy has a long run car, and these short runs, seeing the cautions that we've been having, haven't been helping him. So I say if we can get a long green flag run, turn some laps, then I wouldn't be surprised if we can see Tracy make his way up through the field. Right now, let's talk a little bit about the P&J Motorsports Hard Luck Award right now. Currently, here's who has lost the most spots. That Hard Luck Award is going to have to go to Tevin Whitner. He's gained the most spot. The Hard Luck Award is going to be Daniel Stewart, who was just involved in that most recent wreck. He was doing pretty good, and then we saw him get into the wreck with Rockefeller, and he has fell 16 spots. Not what he wanted, but he's got a fresh car, got a little bit of the damage fixed, and we'll see if he can make his way up to the field.
I'll tell you what, it's hard to play catch up. Once you get involved that way and you get put to the back, regardless if it's your fault or not, it's after that it becomes a race of catch up. You needing to catch up. You need that other caution to be back in the lead lap, and it's a continual cycle of just racing catch up.
Right, I mean, sometimes you're able to make your way up to the field, and then you get caught in a wreck. You have to fall back, so definitely you got to try to avoid getting in that wreck because it can hurt you. And another thing is, got to watch out for going into the pits, and once you're in the back of the pack, it might be difficult to make your way up. So again, strategy is going to be key. I would recommend, in my opinion, going in when everybody else goes in, so you're not too far behind and you're back where you were.
I agree with you on that. my philosophy is do what the leaders do. If they pit. If they don't, stay out. Right now it's so early in the race anyway. Your tires are still in good shape. You still have plenty of fuel. There's other people that would differ with that, saying if the leaders go in, you stay out. Leaders stay out, you go in. So it depends on your philosophy and strategy on that as far as pitting goes.
Green flag is back out there. We see Adam Lange taking off, and we're side by side as we cross the line for second. Great battle for second. Here comes Jeremy Bro coming on the bottom. He's able to get clear of Fry Hubbard. And there we see a great pack of cars going through turns 1 and 2. That was an awesome camera angle. Fry Hubbard, though, not letting Jeremy Burrow get away. He's staying right on that 74's back bumper, not letting him get away. But we see Jeremy beginning to reel in Adam Lange for the lead with these trucks. Since in the beginning you're pretty much flat out in the trucks, there's a little bit of a draft. So we see Burrow able to catch that draft and suck right up to Adam Lange's back bumper. As I say that, we see a caution come out.
And I don't see where that happened. I have crashes set on my screen because I'm watching the race through iRacing, and I didn't pick that up.
Looks like we see right now we're watching Ricky Montgomery. Looks like it was bad because he had to tow. Let's see what happened. He had Rockefeller coming up behind him. Rockefeller has had a ton of bad luck so far throughout this race.
Yeah, coming up on him to his outside.
Oh, I see what happens. Rockefeller just drifts down the track a little bit and then right into the 22 of Montgomery's. And that looks like we see one of iRacing's common glitches happen where you get stuck to the wall. No wonder he had to tow. That is something a lot of drivers hate it when that happens. Let's take a look at that again. I'm going to watch from that the left front of Mr. Rockefeller.
Was that net code? Or was that an actual hit?
Let's rewind that again.
It could be either and or. Let's see, right?
Yeah.
I guess it was a little bit of a tap. Yeah, that was a hit. You're right. I hate to see that for Rockefeller because he's a rocket usually. And shoot, this is the third incident he's been involved in. I really feel bad for him.
Yep, he's definitely not been the night that Rockefeller has wanted. Him and Daniel Stewart go in. We see James Jones and then, of course, Ricky Montgomery having to tow. He's got to get a bunch of damage fixed. Once again, he had got mixed up in one of iRacing's most common glitches where you get stuck into the wall and you can't get off of it. Looks like...
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that I didn't even see. Who was that? I know that somebody just got their lap back. I'm not sure who it was. I saw somebody coming around on the outside.
Let's see. Ryan Huff was a lap down. I think he was the first car lap down.
Yep, that was Ryan Huff. Yep, Ryan Huff back onto the lead lap. But what were you going to say?
No, I was going to say it was Ryan Huff with a lucky dog there, and Ricky Montgomery is one lap down. Jason Rockefeller is the last car in the lead lap.
10-4. Now, I will say that we do have the Smeel Racing Designs Best Paints Award. One of my candidates for tonight's Best Paint is actually going to be Ryan Huff. Love the red, white, and blue like splatters all over the car. That is a nice looking truck right there in the Raz Energy.
Yeah, that'd be my vote too. I think, you know what, and it's hard because there's a lot of clean looking trucks here tonight. But yeah, his car definitely stands out, or truck.
It'll take me a little while to decide. Maybe by halfway I'll have my decision. As
there you go.
We've really only been watching the front of the pack. If we can get a long green flag run, we might start making our way to watching some battles in the middle of the field. But it's been some tight racing, especially between your top three, between Fry Hubbard, Jeremy Burrow, and then Adam Lange. There are a few other drivers that I've been waiting to see, if they're ever gonna come into the picture. Stephen McDonald, Joshua Thompson, Andrew Kurtz. They're right there with the top three. I haven't seen them try to battle with any of them.
Yeah, Travis Bieber's another one that's pretty good. He's a front runner, and Stephen McDonald is always a good top five there too. Steve Loving in 10th place after starting in 12th. He's slowly inching his way up there to the front runners too.
So
I was watching Joe Owen in practice. That guy's a rocket, and he's gone from 21st to 15th. So he's inching his way up there also. Go ahead.
Yep, like you said, Joe Owen. He's one of our biggest movers of the race. Tevin Whitner, he's gained 11 spots. He started in the back of the pack, and here he is in 22nd right now. Great job to him from being able to just tuck in, turn some clean laps, avoid the wrecks, and make his way up through the field. But I believe this time by, we're getting set to go back green. The lights on the pace truck are off.
Here we go. Do you know what really needs to happen here? The field needs to settle down and get to where they're running single file. That's usually what will bring on a good, clean, long green flag run. So we'll see how it goes.
Yep. So far this race, I've seen a lot of mainly it's been cars washing up or down the track. And again, this track is challenging. There's a few bumpy parts where it gets hard to control, and sometimes you can lose track of where your truck is at. It's pretty easy for that to happen. So that's mainly been the main thing that we've been seeing so far here at Charlotte. Oh no.
Yeah,
looks like Adam Lange
there?
was blinking a little bit.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it could be pretty hard to race around somebody like that blinking.
Green flag is back out. There goes Adam Lange taking off. We have a battle for second. Here comes Fry Hubbard coming on the bottom, looking under Jeremy Burrow in that 74 machine. They're side by side as we go here through turns 1 and 2. You see Hubbard falling back behind Jeremy, and look at this. Here comes Andrew Kurtz in that 48. That 48 is looking like a rocket right now. He's able to get clear of Fry Hubbard.
Yeah, Andrew Kurtz has shown a lot of speed tonight too, and he's a really good competitor, and he'll give you a run for your money up there in front.
Here comes Fry Hubbard coming back though. He knows that he's got to make a pass quick because right behind him is the Cookie Monster machine of Brandon Pollock. Those two almost look like they're drafting to get ahead of the 48.
Brandon Pollock is a pretty young driver, and he's, the only thing that's keeping him back is bad luck. He's always has the tendency to be involved in caught up in wrecks from other people and everything, but he shows a lot of speed day in and day out. He just needs to have the good luck tonight.
Yeah, he's been running up in the top 10, top 5 for most of this race, and here he is fighting for that 4th spot. Ooh, I don't know if this is green flag pit strategy, but we see Gene Watkins goes into the pits, and he blew his motor. I'm not sure what... he got in a wreck. Let's take a look at what happened. Just got loose on entry.
Oh, yeah, he got loose. He just pushed up, hit the wall, and came in. This is about the time where the tires start getting to the point where you're really fighting the push there off of turn 4.
Currently, right now, your leader, Adam Lange, is about 3 seconds off his best lap time. So you're seeing the tires start to wear a little bit. Lange currently in a battle with second place, Jeremy Burrow. 74. Jeremy just trying to get up there. Yes.
After a few laps, it'll come down to where especially on a long green flag run, they could lose easily 2 to 3 seconds a lap by that time.
Let's take a look back at this battle for fourth. Right now, currently in third, we see Fry Hubbard. Fourth is Andrew Kurtz, and we're side by side for fifth between Brandon Pollock and Stephen McDonald. Here comes Andrew Kurtz beginning to reel in. Fry Hubbard for third. We saw Kurtz looking to the outside.
Yeah, Fry is, he really needs to make a move here. Oh, we have a caution.
Caution flag is out. Looks like it's Mike Bertosa Jr. involved in this one. The only Canadian in the field tonight.
The 114 was also involved in a little tap, but he didn't get to where he got loose off of that or anything.
So there is Bertosa right there in the 43. We saw the 9 of Tevin Whitner just pass him, and here comes the 10 looking low under him.
And it looks like,
Net code. That was
big time.
Oh.
Big time net code.
Now, for those of you who don't know, net code is when iRacing kind of like predicts what your truck is going to do, and it predicts that you're going to make a hit with another truck, but sometimes you're able to save and it never actually does, but it's still registered. That is exactly what happened right there. I'm going to look at his, what is that? That's his left rear.
Yeah.
No, not even close. That is terrible.
It was about 3 feet away from him. That's crazy.
Yep, that is one of iRacing's biggest problems, netcode, and we saw it live and in person right there. And here we go, green flag pit stops. We're seeing all of the leaders come into the pits. This is interesting. It's going to be a race because however you end up off of the pits is where you're going to be. So let's see who can do it the quickest.
Looks like just about everybody came in on that one.
You see Adam Lange first off. Let's see, then it's Hubbard, Kurtz, Bro, Loving, Pollock, and Bieber. We did see a few drivers stay out, and they got tons of track position because of that. Clint Rice, James Jones, Daniel Stewart, and Mike Bertosa Jr., all of them stayed out, and that's an interesting decision.
That could be, that could work for you, and it could work against you. Where it works against you is you have fresh tires behind you with a lot more speed. Where it could work for you is if you can make your worn tires work, but it should be a matter of a few laps before the fresh tire guys overtake you.
Yep, it's going to be hard to hold off a driver with fresh tires, but
it could be done, but you got to be good at it. That's for sure.
Let's see. Right now, we're gonna do the Reaper Racing sleeper picks. Right now, here is my sleeper pick. Right now, one driver who we haven't really seen too much of tonight. I don't think we've ever said his name except for when I was doing the starting grid, and that is the owner of the league, Matt Geis. He is currently in 15th right now. Haven't said too much of him, but he can be fast. We know that he can be fast, and he can be there in the end. So let's see what happens with that 2 machine. He's definitely my Reaper Racing sleeper pick of the race because, again, we haven't talked about him too much, but he's been fast. 30.70 is his fastest time, and that's not really too far off the leader.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. Matt's the kind of racer that you won't see him in the lead early on in a race, but you'll see him rise to the occasion at the end. He's one of those guys where it's like, where he's been the whole race, and he'll come up and the last 15 to 10 laps, he'll show a presence up in front. That's for sure.
Driver up in front right now is Clint Rice, who once again stayed out, did not take tires like the rest of the leaders, and I don't know, that could come back to bite him in the end, staying out, or it could be the reason why he's the winner of the race. You never know with these strategies. It takes time for everything to develop. We'll see if he'll be able to hold off these hard-charging drivers with fresh tires. Right now, let me pull up the pit strategy. This is how everybody's looking like. Top 4, we see 18-lap tires, 12-lap tires, 12-lap tires, and then 28-lap tires. And then the rest of the drivers have 2-lap tires. So we're gonna see 4 drivers with old tires have to hold off an entire army of drivers with fresh tires. Before we go back green, we're gonna take a look at the chat right now. We see Aaron Mack says, "Let's get him Fry." Right now, Fry Hubbard is in 6th right now. Scott Adcock says, "Get to the front." Tracy Passons, and then Stacy Passons Adcock says, "Let's go Tracy, drive that number 53 to the front." As always, we see Tracy Passons with a cheering squad on Facebook. It definitely, a lot of times knowing that you have fans definitely gives you a little bit of a boost compared to other drivers. Kind of like a home field advantage.
Yeah, it's good to see that too. Going back to Clint Reese with old tires, I think if anybody's going to be able to pull anything off, it's going to be him. He is fast on old tires, that's for sure.
Pace car is in, and there we go. We see Clint, your leader, taking off. Green flag is back out, but the battle that I'm watching is for second. We got the Kool-Aid machine of James Jones, and then below him it's Daniel Stewart side by side through turns 1 and 2, and they have a hard-charging Adam Langer on fresh tires right behind them. They better try to make a move on each other quick. We see Jones with the nose as we go through the backstretch, and Adam Lange goes to the high side, almost giving James Jones a little bit of a draft push, and we see Lange able to get by Daniel Stewart.
What a start! What a restart by Clint there. He looked like he was shot out of a cannon.
But Clint is under attack right now by 2 drivers, James Jones and Adam Lange. Lange to the high side, we see Reese. He throws a big block on that number 52, but we see Lange heads down to the bottom, and he flies right by. That shows how much of a difference those new tires mean right there. And as he crosses the line, Adam Lange is your new leader. Clint Reese in second, and James Jones currently in third. 4th and 5th, we see Andrew Kurtz and Fry Hubbard in a tight battle right now.
Yeah, it looks like they're starting to settle down now. Hopefully we looking at a long green flag run on this run here.
There goes Kurtz to the outside. He's able to get by pretty much James Jones, and Kurtz is in 3rd right now, and he's coming up on Clint Rice's back bumper.
See Fry Hubbard trying to save his spot on there, keeping pace. I think he's definitely on a tire conservation mode. I see somebody blinking up in there. Who was that, number 10?
I'm not sure. You see Andrew Kurtz, though. He made a few big moves, and now he's in 2nd place, but he's got a lot to go if he's going to be able to catch leader Adam Lange, who currently has almost a 1-second lead right now. Lange has just turned on the rocket boosters ever since the restart. He's got a humongous lead at the moment.
He sure does. Looks like Fry making a move now.
Yep, Fry Hubbard side by side with Andrew Kurtz for 2nd right now as we cross the start-finish line. These two have been pretty close to each other on the track all throughout this race, and we're finally seeing a great battle between these two. But we see Fry Hubbard able to get a great run on the bottom and get clear of Andrew Kurtz.
That was a good, clean move on that there.
Kurtz, though, sticking with Hubbard, still right on his back bumper, not letting him get away. I wouldn't be surprised if the next couple of laps we see Andrew Kurtz back in 2nd just because he made a move on Fry Hubbard.
I'm seeing Steve Loving up in 5th place now, so he's slowly inching his way up.
Yep, Steve Loving. Oh, wow. Yeah, he's in 5th, that 2017 or not 2017, 27 Miller Lite machine. He does have Travis Bieber on his back bumper, however, in that 114 Valvoline machine. He's looking to try to make a pass right now. Loving is starting to reel in at Jeremy Burrow in that number 74.
Yeah, he sure is. They've got quite a good looking little battle going on there. Steve Levin, like I said, mentioned before, he's a strategist. He's tactical. He has everything planned out, so this is part of his big plan here. But he's also a very aggressive driver, which could work out for him, in the long run too.
We've had a few drivers coming into the pits. Jared Kershaw, and now there goes Mike Bertassa Jr. just now exiting the pits. I don't know if we're maybe seeing some pit strategy with some of
All right, man, caution is out. Caution is out.
Caution flag is out.
They could be short pitting. That'd be one strategy.
And oh no, the fan favorite Tracy Passons was involved in this last wreck.
Oh no.
Looks like it was him and James Jones. Let's take a look at what happened. Here comes Tracy looking under James as we are coming to the start-finish line.
Looks like James Jones had a little bit loose coming off that turn. There he goes. He's coming in. I think he's...
Oh, we see.
Tracy's coming up. Yeah, Tracy just didn't. Tracy was probably told by his spotter that he was cleared, and he wasn't.
Yeah, that looks to be the case. He just, or either that or he, hold on, that was
I got a little bit of, wow. He got some altitude on that, didn't he?
Some air time for sure. A little bit of a rocket launch there, or a truck launch, I guess you could say. But that's definitely not good for Tracy. We'll I'm going to look at that replay again just to, yeah, I think from what it looks like at one point, or no, let's see. I was about to say at one point he might have been clear, but then he came back. Nope, just drifts up the track a little bit.
Yeah, just drift up. I believe that he thought he was clear on that.
Yeah, just looking in the rearview mirror probably.
Yeah.
Instinct.
Yeah, I can see how that would happen, definitely.
We see Daniel Stewart, Jason Rockefeller, Ryan Derrick, Clint Reese, Manzo, James Jones. A lot of the drivers who stayed out last time are coming in now this time by, and they're going to have some fresh tires, and these leaders are going to have to watch out.
Yeah, lap 38. Usually that's a good tire run for anybody, so I think people that stayed out with their original tires did come in for tires for sure.
Right now, currently, Adam Lange is looking like the one to beat so far throughout this race in that 52 Food Lion Feeds machine. He's so far, in that little green flag run that we saw, he was pretty much untouchable. Nobody could get up there. Nobody could get a good run. He had, for majority of the time, he had like about a 1 second lead over everybody else.
Yeah, I see where Jerry LeGrand has dropped down to 13th, Stephen McDonald down to 14th, and Josh Thompson down to 15th. They'll have the work cut out for them working their way back up the field again.
Yep, Joshua Thompson had a very, very tough break. Lost 11 spots. Started the race in 4th. Had a great qualifying run. Was looking really fast. I don't know if he just burnt off his tires or not, or what happened, but that 33 machine is struggling right now.
Yeah, it's easy to burn off tires here too, because initially on fresh tires you're fast, and then you get to where you're liking that, and then you're liking that until your tires start to wear and your truck starts pushing like a cement truck to the outside, and then that just leads into bouncing off the outside wall. So tire conservation is really big here.
And one of the biggest things that I hear so much about, I've made the mistake myself, is steering ratio. Having like a 14-1, 16-1 steering ratio can definitely help you not shave off as much tires but if you do go with like the default steering ratio, that can hurt yourself because the more you're turning the wheel, the more that you're shaving off those tires. So if you have a higher steering ratio, you're hitting those tires less because you're not turning the wheel as much. That's definitely one thing that these drivers might be looking at, is adjusting that steering ratio to 14 to 1, 16 to 1 to just not hurt those tires as much.
Yeah, that's true. I believe the default setting here is 12 to 1. I prefer to run 16 to 1. Other people swear by 14 to 1, but the higher the ratio, the longer your tires will last.
Right. I've made that mistake a couple of times running the default steering ratio. Like you said, the exact same thing happens where the car felt good and then you like it that way, and then once the tires start to wear, it starts to feel bad. You drift up the top, hit the wall. It's all a process, and we're seeing a lot of it happen. A bunch of drivers currently experiencing that same problem with tire wear at the moment. Getting ready to go back. Green lights on the pace truck are off, and we're going to see Adam Landry starting on the bottom, Fry Hubbard on the top. See, Scotty and Tina Stevens says, I should be there racing, but I'm at work. Dang. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, people need to have the priorities straight, right?
Come on, I racing over work.
There you go. Here we go. We have Lang in the inside and Fry Hubbard on the outside. This should be really good.
Yeah, I mean, if Fry Hubbard can get a good restart, I wouldn't be surprised if he could be up there competing with Adam Lange. It's just, he's so fast right now. I don't know if that'll be the case maybe when tires wear, but right now, he's just had a rocket of a truck. Green flag is back out, and there we see Lange with that rocket taken off. Here comes Andrew Kurtz looking under Fry Hubbard. These two have been battling a lot during this race. They're pretty much equal as we go through turns 1 and 2, and Kurtz is getting a great run on the bottom, running that blue line.
Also, we have Jeremy Brault there, glued to the bumper of Fry Hubbard.
Oh, yep, he's there, almost giving him a little bit of a push there. Let's see if that little bit of a push from Brawl will help.
There he comes off the bumper, and it looks like he kind of wants to go 3 wide, but he thinks better of it.
Yep, 3 wide is tricky here. And oh, yep, that push is helping Fry Hubbard. Hubbard able to get by Andrew Kurtz, and then Brault follows right behind in third. So 1, 2, 3 all single file at the moment, but watch out for Brault in that 74 to get by Fry Hubbard here in the next couple laps. We saw Brault actually tag the wall, and here comes the parade. Andrew Kurtz and Travis Bieber looking low under Brault.
I like to see Travis. Oh, we have another caution.
Ooh, I'm not sure who that is because it's not popping up on the activity screen, but we'll find it. Hold up. Oh no. Who is that? Let's see. That's the 11 of Joe Owen, and Matt Geis, my dark horse pick, was involved in that one.
Oh no, Matt Geis, he just has that luck. You know, I don't think I think you could count in one hand the amount of races this season that he hasn't been involved in something. Yeah, you can see Joe had come up on him a little bit on that, and enough to stick him in the wall.
Ooh, Santoyo barely avoiding that incident, but the main drivers, Geis and Owen, getting involved. I believe since both of them are up on the top of the track, nobody else was involved. We'll rewind and just take a look at that again.
Yeah, Geis has just been on a roll of bad luck in races lately. You know, he's been involved in a lot of wrecks. A lot of them not, by his fault and anything. This right here is just, the number 11 car just coming up, just drifting up. A lot of times you don't even notice it if you're driving, where you think that you're running your line, and then when you look at the replay, you're just slowly fading up. until you pinch the car on the outside into the wall.
Yeah, that spot where we saw the wreck happen has been like a tricky spot for a lot of drivers all throughout this race, and I think it'll continue. It's like right where the grass ends and the little short chute before the turn. That's been a terrible trouble spot for a lot of drivers where we just see people wash up there. We see the race off of pit road. Adam Lange is first off. Then it's Andrew Kurtz, Fry Hubbard, Travis Bieber, and Jeremy Brault. That's your top 5 off of pit road. But we do see a few drivers staying out, and one of them was actually somebody who was just involved in that wreck. Matt Geist stays out, and since he stayed out, he's in 5th right now. We see Jared Kershaw in 4th, Ryan Derrick in 3rd, Clint Reese in 2nd, and then right now in the lead is the 09 of Daniel Stewart. And a lot of these drivers who just stayed out the previous time that we saw a lot of the leaders going for green flag pit stops.
Yeah, it's a real bold move there by Matt. Guys, we'll see how that works out for him. Hopefully he doesn't, hopefully he didn't get too much damage from that wreck that he had.
Yep, I'm actually going to go, let's look at the car, or excuse me, not the car. I'm going to keep on calling it. Bear with me, folks. I'm going to keep calling it cars. I'm sorry. But we got Matt Geist. Let's see. No, not too much front end damage. Not too much rear end damage. I don't see anything. Looks like Matt Geist has a pretty clean car. Let's see. Right front, right rear, left rear, and then, yeah, it looks straight out the trailer.
Wow, you know what? It'd be amazing if he didn't get any damage on that. There could be a chance that he got some internal engine damage, where after a few laps the engine goes on him. But hopefully he didn't attain too much damage on that last wreck. It must have been the angle he got under the wall but good for him.
Yeah, potentially that's what we saw there, but
could be bad, could be good. Let's see how that goes.
Oh no, we see Matt Geist is dropping to the back.
I think he's probably reading off his tack, and his tack's probably not high enough to where it should be normally. His tachometer reading. Indicating engine damage.
I don't know. It looks like he just let everybody by. It doesn't look like anybody. Hold up, let me look at the chat. No, it doesn't look like he didn't get an EOL.
Nope. It could be, that could be the smart move on his part. Mm-hmm. If he's doing it on his own accord, that could be a very smart move.
Looks like lights on the pace truck are off, so we're getting ready to go back green. Daniel Stewart is going to be restarting on the bottom, and Clint Reese is going to be restarting on the top. Both of these drivers have moved up big since the green flag. Daniel Stewart 14 positions. Clint Reese is your hard charger so far. He's gained 28 positions, started in 30th.
Yeah, Daniel Stewart, he's showing a lot of body damage on there, so hopefully that won't affect him too much.
Yep, mainly that left side is what we're seeing right now. And Stewart has had some rotten luck so far, and I think a lot of it is from some of the wrecks that he's been involved in. He hasn't been involved in a lot of the most recent wrecks, but earlier on, him and Rockefeller were both having some rotten luck.
Yeah, you see Ryan Derrick right behind Daniel Stewart. We don't see him up front too much often.
Right, but I mean, here he is running in 3rd right now. Let's see if he can hold his own and maybe stay in the top 5 or top 10 for a little bit.
Yeah, he qualified 25th and now running in 3rd. We'll see what he can make of it.
Here we go. Pace truck is in, and green flag is back out. There goes Daniel Stewart taking off. He is able to get clear of Clint Reese. Top 3 all get single file, and here comes Adam Lange in his rocket of a truck, starting off by looking low under Jared Kershaw, and he flies right by like it is nothing. Lange now on Ryan Derrick's back bumper, looking low.
Getting ready to make the pass there.
Here he comes, gets clear. We do have a battle for the lead right now between Clint Reese and Daniel Stewart. Reese able to get clear. Yeah, he gets clear over Daniel Stewart, which means that if Lange gets up there, Stewart will be the first to get past, and this will allow Reese to keep the lead for a little bit longer. Lange takes it to the top.
Great move there at the top, and drops off behind Clint Reese there.
Yep. Last time when we saw Lange trying to make his way up to the field, Reese was throwing some blocks, but he's not able to do that. There goes Adam Lange looking low.
Yeah, they're running pretty hard up there.
Side by side as we cross the line, as we are officially over halfway through this one, and there goes Adam Lange getting clear. So back into the lead is Adam Lange, and hopefully this time we could see a little bit more competition, as Lange has a rocket at the moment. He is fast right now, but one driver who you got to watch out for currently is Andrew Kurtz. Kurtz just ran his fastest lap time of the race last time by. This is the fastest his truck has been all night currently. Watch out for him.
Yeah, I think if he manages the traffic well, I believe he's going to be up there in front here pretty quick.
Yep, he's just got to get by Clint Reese here. He's actually side by side with Fry Hubbard. Here comes Fry Hubbard. That was almost 3 wide there, but Hubbard looking low under Reese, side by side for second.
Great move by Fry Hubbard there, digging in there.
Yeah, it was a risky move, but it'll be good for him in the long run. Yep, he's able to get clear. Now in second, I actually saw a few drivers make contact, but nobody wrecks. This is some tight racing going on right now. Travis Bieber able to get to third, Jeremy Brault in fourth, and then we're side by side for fifth. Here comes Steve Loving.
Exactly. Steve Loving pouring on the coals now. He's making his moves.
Yep. Loving does still have Reese, and here comes John Sorensen. Sorensen was actually the leader in practice, but then he didn't have too good of a qualifying time, and then we haven't said his name too much here in the race, but here he is up into sixth.
Yeah, a lot of dicing and chopping going on up here in the top 5. It's very exciting to watch, and boy, that number 28 truck has its tailgate pushed in.
Looks like,
I don't think there's a clean truck out there right now.
Yeah, pretty much everybody has damage at the moment, except for maybe the top 2 or 3, but with all this battling going on that we're seeing for second and third and such, Adam Lange is just able to really extend his lead, currently 6/10 over Fry Hubbard in second, now 7/10.
Yeah, he's pulling out there quite a bit. Fry Hubbard is, I think he's just pacing himself at the moment.
Here comes Travis Bieber, looking to try to get up there to Fry. Right now, fourth, we got Jeremy Brault. This has been Brault, Hubbard, and Bieber have been your top 5 for a majority of the race. We've said their names a lot just because they've been battling and all that. So it's good to see that they've been able to stay in the front without getting involved in anything.
Yeah, I see Jeremy Brault is making some good moves there. He's being patient, staying behind Travis Bieber.
All right, man. Caution is out.
And
Caution is out.
We'll do your Kinder Farm and Ranch wreckage replay to find what happened there.
I think maybe Joe Owen might have been involved in that. Something I'm picking up on the iRacing comms.
Oh, hold up. Let's see. Let's see. Who's that? Let me find him. There it is. Yep, Jer Kershaw. He was side by side with Ryan Derrick. And looks like Kershaw might have drifted up the track a little bit, right up into Derrick. Both of them smack the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, that these trucks are getting to the point where they're pushing a lot at this point. So he probably came up on him.
Ooh,
Whoa,
and
near miss there.
yeah, Matt Geis barely avoids getting hit there by Kershaw. But there you
Good job. Good job in staying out of the way there for him too.
absolutely. We see a few drivers going in. Clint Reese, Matt Knights, Brandon Pollock, Greg Froelich, Jason Rockefeller, Gier Kershaw. All of them going in. I know Clint Reese has just got to come in because he didn't go in last time. I think we're going to see a lot of the drivers who stayed out last time begin to come in.
Yeah, Jerry Kershaw would have been the lucky. Well, wait a minute. James Jones would be the lucky dog. It seems like.
We got
Yeah, because Jerry Kershaw was involved in that accident, he wouldn't be getting the lucky dog.
Yep, there goes James Jones getting the lucky dog right now in that 10. He flies by the pace car, and that's definitely going to be good for him back into contention with the getting the lucky dog.
Yeah, quite a few people with different pit strategies at the moment. We're at 60 laps, 40 laps to go. I think it's bring it on time now.
I agree. I think I think we've seen a few drivers were maybe holding back a little bit or holding off from the action, but I think right now it's go time. And I think we're going to see if maybe a couple drivers start to make their way up through the field.
Yeah, I think right now at the green flag, we're going to start from this point out. We're going to start seeing some of the leaders making moves that they hadn't thought of before. And 20 laps can go by pretty quick here, especially on a long green flag run. And really now's the time to make those moves.
Agreed. So let's right now, as we're under caution, I'm just going to do a quick flyby of the field with SDK up, so we'll just take a look at everybody from first all the way to last. Look at some of those paint schemes.
I like that Miller car.
Steve
Truck.
Lovins, yeah, I like his too. I see the Kool-Aid Monster cars, the Jack Daniels car, like the old Clint Boyer 07. Yep. Got Jerry LeGrand, Daniel Stewart, Eric Burkholder.
There's some pretty trucks out there tonight, that's for sure.
There isn't a lot of it is because we do have a lot of paint scheme makers in this league. Main one being John Smeal with Smeal Racing Designs.
I'll tell you what, John Smeal puts on a great paint job. He does all my cars exclusively and trucks, and he puts out a really good product.
There's fan favorite Matt Knights right there from Berlin, New York. Got the raccoon profile picture. Got Ryan Derrick, and then there's James Jones. And we'll do the rest of the field as well. Have it. That is your flyby of the field. Lights on the pace truck are off, so we're getting ready to go back green here. This time by, we're going to have Adam Lange restarting on the bottom and Fry Hubbard restarting on the top.
And we have Travis Bieber and Jeremy Peralt right behind them. And we have Steve Loving and John Sorensen behind them. So they're racked up for some action now.
This should be a fun restart. Got a lot of fast trucks all in close proximity of each other. This is going to be a tight battle here as we're coming to the final stretch of this event.
Yep, this should be really exciting coming up here. I'd keep an eye on the 27 of Steve Loving. He's a pretty good hard charger coming into the pack, especially in the ending laps of a race. I should see him competing up here for for the lead here pretty quick. Here we go.
Pace truck is in.
Green
And
flag,
green flag is back out there. We see Adam Lange taking off Travis Bieber with a great restart. Here he is looking under Fry Hubbard for second. They are side by side as we go here into turns 1 and 2.
Nice clean racing. Adam Lange with a hell of a start on that.
Yep, Adam Lange, he's got a 3/10 lead right now over the rest of the field, and the gap just keeps on extending for him. And he loves to see the battle for second because these two are, Bieber and Hubbard, are slowing each other down, allowing Lange to just continue to extend his lead right now. Bieber, Hubbard not giving each other an inch, but here comes Bieber getting a great run on the bottom as we win here through turns 1 and 2.
A lot of dicing going on.
Yeah, this is definitely a dicey field right now. Oh, right behind these two, we have Jeremy Brault and Steve Loving. They're there as well in case either of Hubbard or Bieber makes a mistake. We see Bieber able to get clear into second.
And Fry Hubbard looking down below him and looking like Steve Loving's trying to get a fender in under Fry Hubbard.
Yep, Steve Lovin is there. He can make a move at any time. He's on the back bumper of Brault right now as we go through turns 3 and 4. Right from second, you could throw a blanket from second to third and fourth, and now fifth. Here comes John Sorensen. Yellow flag is out. Ooh, Brandon Pollock and Matt Geis involved in that one.
Yeah, that's just Matt's luck there. Let's see how this one went.
All right, so right now we're watching Brandon Pollock. Wait, how did the 68 get around? Oh, so the 50 washed up the track a little bit.
Yeah. Well, it didn't take much, did it?
You see him go around right away. Pollock smacks the wall there. That was Stephen McDonald. And then that's how Matt Geis got involved right there.
Yeah, they were checking up in the back, and it's just one of those things where you just can't react soon enough.
We'll take another look at that replay.
Yep, didn't take much.
And heavy damage to that 68.
Oh, yeah. And then for the cars from, that got cut up and then from behind them, things happen so fast at this track. It's hard to react, really fast if you're doing, going that fast and then coming up on a wreck like that. It's really hard.
Right. Looks like we actually saw some pit stops happen. Your leader, Adam Lange, went in. And as we exited pit road, your top 5 off of pit road was Adam Lange, Fry Hubbard, Jeremy Brault, Steve Loving, John Sorensen, and then Jerry LeGrand was in 5th. And we saw 3 drivers stay out. We saw Clinton Reese, Matt Knights, and Jason Rockefeller. All 3 of them stayed out. This is kind of Rockefeller and Matt Knights' first time in the spotlight here tonight.
Well, that'd be a good break for Rockefeller because, he's had nothing but bad luck tonight early on.
It looks like we see Matt Knights and Rockefeller actually coming in this time by.
Here we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, that might be that might have been the best choice right there. I think what happened there was that the pit lane was only open for lead lap cars. Maybe.
So that means that the only driver that stayed out is Clint Reese.
Yep.
So he doesn't have like a cushion behind him to hold off the leaders. He's going to have Adam Lange starting right outside of him. That's going to be really, really hard to hold him off.
Clint Reese is a master at tire conservation, and I think, like I've mentioned before, if anybody could pull it off on worn tires, it's him. He's quick. He knows how to work with worn tires, and we'll see how much he could take advantage of that. We're currently on lap 68, so.
We're nearing the final 30 laps of this one. It's going to come down to a wild finish for sure. I believe we are going green this time by. We'll look at the lights on the pace truck. Yep, you see him getting lined up right there.
See where Matt Geist was given a EOL penalty, but then he also manually disconnected. So
yep,
tough night for him.
Yeah, had a lot of rotten luck throughout tonight for Matt Geist. Hate to see it for him, but again, there's always next week. And
so we have. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just saying we're getting ready to get back green here. Clint Wright restart on the bottom. Adam Lange on the top.
Fry Hubbard in second and third. Jeremy Baralt in fourth. Steve Loving in fifth. John Sorensen in sixth. This should be pretty great. Pretty good start on this. At this point,
I'm sorry. See if we can keep it clean.
Yeah. Pardon the interruption there.
I don't know if these drivers, if we do keep it green for the rest of the race, if we might see another green flag pit stop or not.
That'd be interesting to see that. I'd be surprised, but I wouldn't rule it out. I'm keeping my eye on Steve Loving there in fifth place. He has a way of making things happen. That's for sure.
Here we go. Wait. Green flag is back out there. We see Clint Reese taking off, try to get about as big of a gap as he can over Adam Lange, because he knows that Lange with fresh tires, he's going to be coming like a rocket. Here comes that 52 side by side for third between Jeremy Brault and Fry Hubbard. They are side by side as we go here through turns 1 and 2. Brault with the nose, and there we go. Adam Lange looking low under Rice, and he flies right by.
Fry Hubbard going in under Jeremy Brault. See if we could pull it off for the position.
Rice just staying right on Lange's back bumper, not letting him get away.
A lot of hard, good racing going on here in the top 5, top 6.
Yep, you could throw a blanket over a lot of these drivers right now. Great battles going on as we see. That has been a problem for Adam Lange all night. Despite him having a fast car, looks like he hasn't had the fastest internet because he has been blinking a lot, but still, he's keeping the lead.
That 49 of John Sorensen making some bold moves there, trying to jockey his way up there to the front.
We see Adam Lange. He just turned his fastest lap time of the race, 30.37. This is really the fastest that 52 truck has been all night. It's almost been like the truck has been. It's been running fast lap times, but it really wasn't up there to where he was qualifying. But now, Lange, 30.37 last time by. These fresh tires are really starting to kick in. Oh no, can Jeremy Brault catch him?
Great battle going on between Fry Hubbard and Clint Reese. Now the battle continues on between Steve Loving and he just passed Clint Reese, heading for Fry Hubbard now.
Yep, Clint losing position after position just because he's got older tires compared to everybody else there. We see John Sorensen looking low under him. Sorensen able to make it to 5th now.
Now, like you said, you could put a blanket over the top 5.
They're all running so close together. This is a great battle. The battle I'm mainly looking at right now is for third. We see Steve Levin starting to catch Fry Hubbard a little bit.
Yeah. There's going to be a good fight. You know, it's going to be a good dog fight when Steve Levin gets up there to Fry Hubbard.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Caution's out again.
Yellow flag is out. And we'll take
This
a
should
look
be
at what
good.
happened. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Oh,
Something in the back, I think.
no, it was actually, yeah, it was something in the front. We just didn't catch it.
Huh.
That's Andrew Kurtz and LeGrand.
Wow.
Both of them having awesome nights, and then this happens. Oh, LeGrand just got right into Kurtz's back bumper.
When he just backed off, is that it?
Yeah, the caution just came out. I'm not...
I don't think that was the incident, but, you know, who knows with iRacing, right?
I
you
really
got
can't
it.
seem to
Yeah.
find it. I don't know if... Yeah, I have no idea. We'll just... Since we can't find it, we'll just call it a debris caution, but just know that wasn't a debris caution. Somebody got in a wreck. I'm not sure who.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of chattering going on in the iRacing comm, but can't decipher exactly where the cause of that caution was at. Well, you see somebody swinging around to the outside down there. Was that number 7?
Yeah, Clint Reese going into the pits. He's finally getting tires after staying out last time by. For Clint, he's pretty much been doing the complete opposite of what the leaders are doing. When the leaders stay out, Clint has been going in, and then when the leaders come in, Clint has been staying out, and that's always not a bad strategy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like I said early on, you know, there's 2 strategies. You know, you pit with the leaders, or you stay out when the leaders pit, and then sometimes you could gain that to your advantage.
Matt Geis on Facebook says, 31 minutes of repairs. If I didn't have to be at the Rebels race, I would stick around. Good luck, guys. And yeah, speaking of the Rebels race, stay tuned here on Intensity Broadcasting, because right after this event, we will have the Rebels Truck Series coming up right after this.
Also, I don't know if anybody's aware, but then we also have an incident limit in these races now, and I believe
Really?
it's 18 incident points. And at that point, you get disqualified, or as we know it in the racing community, Dairy Queened.
So I did not actually know that. That is gonna play a big factor now that I realize that. And I believe a few drivers might have actually gotten the boot already. I think we see so far drivers to leave include Ricky Montgomery, Tevin Whitner, Gier Kershaw, Manzo, Geis, and then Bertossan. I think a lot of those drivers just got the incident limit.
Yeah, only thing that reminded me was in the iRacing text chat, Mike Bertoso is asking about wiping out the DQL on him, but there's no way of doing that. Yeah. Yeah.
So that
Yeah,
means that you just really gotta keep your nose clean.
Exactly. You know, we did. I'm an admin in this league, and then we brought that on to help get the racing cleaned up quite a bit to keep people with high incident points from continuing on in a race and you know, ruining somebody else's race, and that way it'll weed out the ones that, you know, with a high incident or, you know, people that do high incidents during the races. Try to weed them out early to give the leaders a decent chance at a clean race.
Right. And I can see where that would be a good rule, you know, to get some of the drivers with higher incident points like me out of the race.
Hey, buddy, I'm right there with you. It just, it's just the nature of the race, of the game,
Yep, that's for sure. But two drivers who have virtually not a scratch or a nick on their cars are Adam Lange and Jeremy Brolt, and they're starting side by side here on this next restart. They've been able to keep it clean, and they've raced each other clean. All of the leaders really have raced each other clean. These wrecks that we've been seeing have been happening, mid or back in the pack.
Yeah, that is true. There's a lot to be said about the way the leaders race up in the front so far tonight. They've been pretty clean. They've been pretty respectful of each other. They've had good give and take, which is key in having a good, clean race, is knowing when to give and knowing when to take. And so far, everybody's been playing nice.
Yeah, and I was about to say, the fact that these leaders are racing each other clean just shows, the respect that these drivers have for each other, and a lot of that is just because of how closely knit this group of drivers here in the original Rebels Racing League is. I mean, you would hate to see, your friend or your buddy get involved in something, and so you got to race each other clean.
And here we go, coming up for the start.
Green flag is
Green
back
flag,
out, and
green
we
flag.
see Adam Lange taking off. Here comes the 14 of Fry Hubbard. He's right on Brolt's back bumper. Steve Loving is there as well in that 27. I think he's going to just fall in line behind Hubbard as we go through turns 1 and 2. Fry, he's right there. If he can go high, if he can go low right here, he'll be there for second.
Yeah, Steve Loving's technique, he'll drive him deep to the inside when he has a chance. So if Fry Hubbard starts fading up on the turns, Steve Loving will get a nose there under him.
Yep, Loving able to. He's trying to get by Andrew Kurtz right now. Kurtz is side by side with him on the outside. And look at this. With 20 to go, Jeremy Brolt is right there on Adam Lange's back bumper. Nobody didn't.
Yeah, he's glued onto that bumper.
Yeah, nobody's really been able to get up there to Adam Lange, but man, now look at that. Brolt is right there.
Yeah, Brolt is checking him up high, checking him out low, and I think he's scouting out where he needs to be able to pass Adam Lange.
Yeah, right now he's just kind of setting up the pass, and I know that Lance is going to try to play as hard of defense as possible on Brolt, whether it's his line or how he's going to race him. This is going to be interesting to watch here, this battle for the lead coming. This last time by, we just hit 18 to go.
Yep, it's definitely, go time. It looks like Steve Lovin has faded back a little bit. We got Andrew Kurtz moving up pretty good.
That's good to hear. Seeing some drivers able to move through the field. Look at this. Here's Joe Owen in the 11 right now on Andrew Kurtz's back bumper. We haven't really said Owen's name too much, but here he is fighting for 4th right now. Love to see it for that 11 machine.
This is Joe Owen's first race. In fact, he signed up with the league this afternoon. That's how
Really?
that's how new he is. Yes, sir. And he is quick. I was watching him doing practice, and he was laying down some really good laps.
There, he almost got to Kurtz's rear quarter panel right there. Also, I will say Fry Hubbard is beginning to catch Brolt for second here. As wow, the top 3, top 4, top 5 pretty much is all very, very tightly knit together right now. This is going to be an awesome finish, I can already tell.
Oh, yeah. John Sorensen just passed Steve Lovin up. Steve Lovin seems to be having some kind of difficulties or issues going on there, because I seen some activity on the iRacing comms just now from him.
There goes Brolt. Yep. Yeah, something's definitely up with Brolt. He just lost a position there, and now We see Andrew Kurtz is looking low under him. I don't know if he might have burnt off his tires or what.
That's what it appears like, tires. Whoa, there's some big action going on there from second place back to third.
Yeah, this is some great racing here. 15 laps to go. Brault there was side by side with Hubbard, and then we see him fall off. Here is Joe Owen and Andrew Kurtz right now coming up.
Joe Owen is showing some really good moves there right now, going on the inside.
Here comes Owen looking low. Right now is about to the door of the 48.
If he's able to pass the 48, I think he's going to be challenged by the 74 up there.
I agree. We do see Lange starting to separate himself from the rest of the field right now. Fry Hubbard, closest driver. And what is... Oh, yep, we see Lange blinking a little bit there. That's been a problem all night long for him, but it hasn't affected anything too much. We see... Here comes Joe Owen. Looking low under John Sorensen right now. Sorensen
And then we
clear.
see Steve Loving making his bid now, going door to door with Joe Owen. I'll tell you what, this is some really good, exciting racing going on right now.
Oh, here's a battle for the lead. Here comes Fry Hubbard looking low under Adam Lange. It was almost like Fry was saving a little bit. Here he comes.
Yeah, he had mentioned earlier he was going to save some tires up for the end here. So, well, some contact between the 11 and the 04 of Michael Kostick.
It is a tight battle back between, let's see, about from second to pretty much 8th. There's some awesome racing going on. But right now, Fry Hubbard in the lead.
Fry Hubbard looks to be pulling away from Adam Lange here. Maybe Lange is saving a little bit to make a run at Fry.
Now we got, here comes Steve Lovin looking low under Jeremy Brault, side by side for third.
He digs in there, and it looks like he's pulling ahead of Brault there.
This is exactly what we've really expected to see from Steve Lovin. We know he's fast, and here he comes. He is able.
He takes the position.
Yep, he takes the position into the top 3 now, but he's got a long ways to go if he wants to catch up to the top 2 drivers right now.
I think he's really cranking the throttle now. It's he knows his go time. He knows that this is his opportunity to be able to catch the leaders now.
Yep, 9 laps to go. It is go time, go time, go time for these drivers.
Steve Levin a little bit over a second behind second place of Adam Lang.
Here's Sorensen. Wow, 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 wow. This is some awesome battling going on. You could, wow. All of these cars, or excuse me, these trucks are all very, very so close to each other right now. We see Owen and Sorensen currently battling. Here comes Sorensen catching up to Brault.
There's some good racing going on back there with Joe Owen for 6th place.
Yep, Joe Owen, he's got Kostick behind him. Michael Kostick is looking high. Here comes Joe Owen looking low under John Sorensen for 5th.
Boy, talk about 42 of Clint Reese getting a nose in under Joe Cotton there.
Look at that right there. Joe Owen. Yep, he's given, it almost looks like Reese is giving Joe Owen a push right now.
Yeah, that's what it's been like that for about the last 2 laps. It looks like he's pushing them around the track.
I don't know, is this Daytona or is this Charlotte? This is almost looking like some super speedway racing. We got the top line and the bottom line up top. We see Sorensen and Kostick pushing each other. This is interesting to watch.
Clint Reese is glued. That nose of his is glued onto the 11 there.
We do see a battle for
All right,
second.
man,
Steve
caution is
Lowe,
out, caution is
no,
out.
caution. John Smeal.
Huh.
I think this might bring out a green-white checkered.
Let's see, 96. I think by the time it all is said and done, I think you're right.
All right, so it looks like Smeal was side by side with Matt Clemon.
It looks like they have plenty of room.
Oh, nope, here we see.
They both kind of, one faded up a little bit and the other one faded down a little bit. That's what I see.
And way up in the sky goes John Smeal. There might have been a little bit, no. Let's see, let me look at the left front of, there we go. Oh, that was netcode.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. No doubt. Netcode.
Yeah. I think they were going to keep it clean, but then we see the netcode kick, and that stinks. Hate to
Yeah. It's just something that can't be avoided. It's like, it's crazy sometimes.
Oh boy, we see some late race strategy going on. A few of the leaders going in, but we see a few drivers stay out. This is interesting.
Yeah, this caution was definitely something the leaders did not want to see.
And look at this. Steve Loving winning the race off of pit road. Adam Lange in second. Jeremy Perrault in third. John Sorensen fourth. Joe Owen in fifth. But right, the top five, all of them stayed out. And right now, currently, your leader is going to be Fry Hubbard. Clint Reese is in second. Eric Burkholder third. Fourth is Joshua Thompson. And then fifth is John Smeal. So, wow. This is crazy. Fry Hubbard, he's been fast all race and is a leader. Who was a leader. He was leading when the caution flag came out. I think he didn't want to risk losing track position, so he stays out.
I'm surprised that John Smeal didn't pit.
Also, because this race ran a little bit late, we will be doing no post-race interviews just so we can get the second broadcast ready for the Rebels Truck Series, which is going to be coming up in just a second right after this race concludes. So make sure to turn on notifications on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, so as soon as we go back live, you get notified on whatever platform you're watching us on.
Yeah, definitely make it a point to join us for the Rebels Truck Race. It's really great quality racing. Bunch of great guys racing there. It's mostly the OGs of the league racing in there, but there's a lot of hot rods in there for sure.
And just for a little bit of a change of scenery, I will remind the viewers that the drivers that are racing in this truck series will most likely, a lot of different drivers are going to be in the Rebels Truck Series. There is a few drivers who are going to jump straight from when this race concludes to the Rebels practice, but I know majority of the drivers in the Rebels Truck Series are different from the ones in this series.
Yeah, that is true. We had to create the Outlaws Truck Series because so many people wanted to race trucks with us on Sunday nights, and it got to the point that we had over 75 people wanting to race in the Rebels Truck Series, which was limited at 43. So we had to create the Outlaws to catch a lot of that overflow, because we wanted to have a place for people to race trucks with us, and then them not having a place to race at. So we went ahead and created the Outlaws, and it's worked out great. It's almost even competition to what the Rebels Truck Race drivers are.
Yeah, the Rebels Sunday Night Trucks has been with Intensity Broadcasting for a long time. Ever since, I think, like late August or September, there's been broadcasts of that. So the Sunday Night Truck Series is kind of where original Rebels roots have come from.
I'll tell you, everybody wants to race with us. Everybody wants to race trucks. If you want to race trucks, this is the league to be in.
Now, I do want to remind all the viewers that if you are looking for, a series that you would like to race in, Original Rebels, great group of guys. A lot of it is drivers older than 35, truckers, first responders, military. So if you're interested in a great group of people, then definitely join the Original Rebels.
Yeah, we have a great variety of races throughout the week. Monday nights we have our street stock series, which is a developmental starter league. We have dirt on Tuesdays. We have ARCA and Xfinity on Fridays. Saturdays we have the Cup races. So, a little bit of everything for anything you want.
So make sure to definitely look them up on Facebook if you're interested in joining. Always looking for new members, but let's take a look here at this green light checker. Green flag is back out. There goes Fry Hubbard taking off. We see Clint Reese and Eric Burkholter right close to each other looking for a battle to happen. Burkholter looking low, just trying to set up the pass, and look who is coming. We have Steve Levin in that 27 machine looking to the outside.
Great move there by Steve Loving. We have the 71 of Eric Burkhalter right there with him. Steve Loving catching up to the 42.
Yeah, Steve Levin, he's coming fast. If I were Fry Hubbard, I would be worried right now. And Reese is coming as well. And oh no, we see
caution.
Right before the white flag came out, we saw the caution come out.
These leaders are hating that right now. I mean, I'm sure they are just getting ready to blow up.
And let's see what ended up bringing out this caution. And looks like, it was Travis Bieber. This was something that happened up front. Oh, Bieber just got a little bit loose through 3 and 4. Yep, yeah. There you see, getting them sideways.
The 33 tags him in the back.
Yep, we see Huff gets involved, Thompson involved.
Break. Ooh, that wasn't good.
Daniel Stewart barely gets a little nick from that one. Let's rewind and check that out again. I'm gonna actually watch from the cockpit view from Bieber to see, how hard he was turning on the wheel. He's sawing it. Yeah, he's sawing it, and then he turns it hard right. Turns it hard right, and then trying his best to save it. And yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he's fighting the truck there pretty good, and coming off of turn 4 there, it could get really loose on you really quick. Tough luck for him.
It's okay though, because we'll re-rack them, restack them, and try it all again here on this next restart. But the leaders didn't like that, but mainly the main person who didn't like that was Fry Hubbard. He was in the lead and he was in trouble with Reese and Loving, and I think just Fry Hubbard just wanted the race to get over with and just wanted to see if he could get that win, and that's going to get delayed a little bit as we're...
I'll tell you what, there's at least four trucks behind him that's going to be munching on his tail to get around him. I think there's a lot of pressure right now on Fry Hubbard. He's going to have to race really, really hard to stay ahead of the other 4 cars behind him, 4 trucks. I've been doing that all night.
Me too. It's very confusing. Majority of it, with the exception of like the Pro 2 and the Pro 4 lights, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Everything on iRacing is considered cars except for the rally trucks and then these Gander camping roll. Oh, and then the older, like the legacy trucks from like the previous series.
Those are my favorite trucks. The legacy trucks, I could race those all day long, buddy.
Yeah, like the pickup cup. That's I love racing in the pickup cup on officials.
Oh yeah, me too. Especially at Phoenix, that's my track.
I got one of my only iRacing wins was at Phoenix, and my wheel was off of its stand, so I had to hold it in place and ended up finishing with a 7-second lead. You got to be very, very careful with your tires at Phoenix with the trucks. It's very easy to burn them off.
Oh, that's true. It's you know, I love that track. I love the legacy trucks. I learned a lot early on. I learned a lot when those legacy trucks, especially racing at Phoenix.
And that would be cool maybe to keep in mind for next season. Maybe we could have one with the normal trucks on Sunday nights here in the Rebels, and then one series with the legacy trucks, either with the early slot or the late slot. That would be interesting to see. I think you'd get a lot of people that would eat at the opportunity to drive the legacy trucks.
Actually, Atlee, that's in the works. And here in a few weeks, we might make an announcement on that.
Oof, I didn't mean to. If that was, I didn't mean to spoil anything.
No. Actually, that was something that we just started discussing today between Matt, I, some of the other admins. So, you know, we'll see. And I think there's a very good opportunity here. There's a lot of people here with Thunder Elite to be interested in that. So here we go.
Once again, just another opportunity to join the original Rebels Racing League. Awesome group of people, and there's some awesome racing that happens. And we're getting ready to go back green here for this green-white checkered. Fry Hubbard's going to be restarting on the bottom. Clint Reese on the top.
And we have Steve Loving and Jeremy Brault right behind them. Keep an eye out on that number 27. He's going to make some moves that you've never seen on a track before, guaranteed.
Yeah, that's Steve Loving. He's going to be coming through the field like a rocket. And just remember, Loving and Brault and the rest, a few of the other drivers, Lange and Owen and Kurtz, all of them have fresh tires, while Reese and Hubbard, they do not have fresh tires. They stayed out last time by.
That's true. Tires are going to definitely be a factor on here, but I think the whole world has eyes on Fry Hubbard right now. Here they go.
Yep, green flag is back out, and there goes Steve Lovin taking off like a rocket. He's looking under Reese for second, and he's able to get clear. So now Lovin, he's coming right up to the back bumper of Fry Hubbard, looking to the high side. Man, he's coming fast.
Steve Loving smelling that blood. He's smelling that blood. He's starting to circle around him.
Right to the outside, Loving with the nose, but watch out. Here comes Jeremy Brault. That was almost 3 wide there. Here comes Brault side by side for second as we cross the line, but the main driver that everybody in the stands is watching, that's Steve Loving. You see Brault able to get to second, and here is Adam Lange in third.
Go, Adam Lange with the with a big run there, but just couldn't pull the mustard on that. And we see Jeremy Brault starting to inch a little way, but
I don't know. I don't think it's going to be enough. Steve Loving takes the victory here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Jeremy Brault with second, Adam Lange in third. What a race.
Great race by Steve Loving there. You know, like I mentioned before, you know, he's tactical. He's a strategist. You know, he just bid his time on that and made his move at the right time.
So everyone just give a round of applause to your winner, Steve Loving. I think we're going to see a burnout in the works, and then we're going to go ahead and end the stream and then switch right on over to the Rebels Truck Series, which is coming up in just a second, so stay tuned for that. But right now, we're waiting for the burnout, and look at that right there. The tire smoke flying. Love to see the amazing burnout.
A well-deserved win, too. And soon to see the ceremonial demolition derby at the end of the race.
So while they're doing the demolition derby, we're going to switch on over to the Rebels Truck Series. So first of all, for everyone who tune in to watch the Outlaws Truck Series, thank you so much for watching. As always, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to Intensity Broadcasting on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Make sure to check us out on Twitter, Intensity Broad 1, and as always on Amazon, Roku TV and Fire TV. Download the eRacing TV app. So I'm Atlee Atman-Wiesel on behalf of the entire Intensity Broadcasting team. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in just a couple of minutes for the Rebels Truck Series. Over and out.